Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Arizona.
Tonight, the Phoenix Suns return to the U.S. Airways Center to meet the Golden State Warriors for the second time in 3 days. It's a home-and-home two-game set between these two Pacific Division rivals. Live on Fox Sports Arizona, it's the Suns and Warriors. Hi, everybody. With Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender. Well, the Suns held off a late rally Monday by Golden State. They've won 4 of their last 5, and Eddie, once again, they're poised to get to the 500 mark.
Yeah, we talked about that, after they lost to Oklahoma City. Can the Suns recover and come back? Well, they're halfway there. Let's see if they can get the job again at home, come out and play good basketball.
Well, one of the reasons the Suns won on Monday night was the defensive play of Grant Hill. He held Monte Ellis to 29% shooting.
Yeah, and that's a tough job because Monte Ellis is one of the best scorers for his size that we've seen in the league in a long time. He has an ability to get to the rim. He can knock down the three, and he's very strong. Not only did Grant come out and defend him, but he scored as well, took advantage in the post. So look for Alvin Gentry to go right back to that scenario and see if Monte Ellis can hold up again.
18 points for Grant Hill, along with that defensive gem against Ellis. Well, Channing Frye has really evolved. He had 5 of 9 threes in that game, ended up with 19 points, and when it was really looking bad in the fourth quarter, he hit 3 big shots.
No, I think he's pretty much evolved into a consistent player. I think early in the year, I thought he was a little intimidated by maybe the contract, maybe starting, what have you. But he's settled in right now, and he's settled in not just offensively. I like the fact that he's competing on the other end. He is getting in front of his guy. He's being physical. He's rebounding the basketball. He's blocking shots. He's giving you the all-around game, erasing the tag that he's only a three-point shooter.
Well, the birthday boy, Steve Nash, turned 37 on Monday. All he did was hand out 15 assists, and Eddie turned the ball over only one time.
Well, again, I think this is a classic point guard. He continues to prove it every year. People want to put him down a notch, but he just won't go. I mean, he is so efficient that he's always going to have a good game. He sees the floor as well as anybody that I've ever seen play the game other than Magic Johnson. And he continues to amaze you with his ability to stay on the court for long minutes and persevere. And he's not an all-star, but he should be. And if somebody gets hurt, he'll be in L.A.
Now, Golden State has the highest scoring backcourt in the NBA, Monte Ellis and Stephen Curry. They're averaging almost 44 points a game.
They are a dynamic duo. They play well together, and I had questions if they could. But Monte Ellis has proven that he can play the 2 spot. He can go against the bigger players. And Stephen Curry, I've known the guy all his life, playing with his dad, Dale, in Charlotte. He has evolved into one of the best shooters in the NBA.
So 7-time All-Star Steve Nash against future All-Star Stephen Curry. Suns, Warriors next. Sports Arizona is brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Bud Light Lime, the just right taste of Bud Light, with a refreshing splash of 100% natural lime flavor. By Schwartz Laser Eye Center, TeamEyeDoc.com. See the best you can see. Casino Arizona, feel the win. And by Southwest Airlines, find our fares online only at Southwest.com. Welcome to the Purple Palace, where tonight the Suns hope to reach the 500 mark for the first time of the new year. Time for the accident and injury update, brought to you by the law offices of Alcock and Associates, dedicated to helping the seriously injured. Call 602-989-5000 for your free consultation. Well, the Suns will be without Goran Dragic for the 5th straight game as he recovers from his left big toe injury. He'll probably return next Tuesday in the game with Utah. The Warriors won't have Lou Amundsen for a 4th straight game due to back spasms. The former Sun missed 20 games earlier after surgery on his right index finger. It's the second meeting in 3 days between the Suns and Warriors, and we'll be back with the starting lineups after we step aside. Casino Arizona on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Just Go With It, starring Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. In theaters tomorrow, February 11th. The Suns have won the first 2 meetings this season. They've won 10 straight against the Warriors in Phoenix. Tonight's starting lineups are sponsored by MidFirst Bank. MidFirst Bank is proud to be the official bank of the Phoenix Suns. Stop by MidFirst Bank today to get your Phoenix Suns check card. This starting 5 for the Suns has been the most successful, posting a 9-5 record. Fry with his 37th start, and Carter in his 21st game of the Suns. Alvin Gentry, chance to reach the 500 mark for the first time since December 19th. Twice the Suns have gotten within a victory of 500, only to blow 4th quarter leads. The Warriors played host to Denver last night, and they won the ball game 116-114. They've added 2 new players in the offseason. Darrell Wright and David Lee have both of them impacted Golden State in a big way. And Ellis and Curry are very explosive backcourt. Keith Smart in his first year as Warriors coach, replacing the winningest coach all time in Don Nelson. 7 seasons a Warriors assistant. The quote of the game is brought to you by Geico. Steve Nash talking about the Suns' improvement, winning 4 of the last 5 games. He says, we're getting better, we're getting roles and cohesion. Everybody's feeling more confident when we step on the court that we can win games.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. But it's all going to be led by he and Grant Hill. And these guys are rallying around these 2 older players that are leading them. And the Suns are developing that consistency. And Vince Carter starting to get himself acclimated as well.
Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. Eddie, as we get ready to go, what are the keys to the game?
Well, first of all, they're guarding a team that loves to play on the perimeter as they do. So they're going to have to match up, stay in front of their guy, and not expect their teammates to help them out a lot because you have other guys spotted up at 3. And then as they did in the first half in their last victory against Golden State, attack the rim, try to score some points in the paint.
The officials are Bill Kennedy, Mark Lindsay, and Rodney Mott. The Suns trying to get to 500 at 25-25, and Nash, all of a sudden the ball got away from him.
Well, Golden State come out in zone, and I think it surprised Steve Nash right there. Had the good opportunity, just slippery hands early.
Well, they used the zone Monday night, and the Suns know how they want to attack it. They want to attack it in the middle. Stephen Curry, who is in his 2nd year and is going to be a future All-Star, gives them the early lead.
Well, he's gotten stronger, too, and so a lot taller than what people thought he was. And he's able to create separation against Steve.
Carter misses outside. Vince needs a good shooting night. He was only 3 of 12 in the last game, 1 of 5 from 3-point land.
What he can't do, and I think a lot of players that come to the Suns get caught up in it, is his first shot should be somewhere around 10, 12 feet in instead of the 3-point shot.
Here's Monte Ellis, who had a big night last night against the Denver Nuggets. He shot only 29% in the first meeting against the Suns. Off it comes now to Grant Hill. Retrieves in the corner and brings it out to Steve Nash, and we got a 3D, a defensive technical against Diedrich, the center for Golden State. And Nash will go to the line. Nash needs to hit 3 free throws tonight to move ahead again of Mark Price to become the all-time free throw shooter in NBA history.
Yeah, he just needs to run off about 20 or 30 in a row, then he can forget about Mark Price. I mean, that's where he needs to get to right now. He's missed a few in the stretch, and it's kept him around Mark Price. But 25, 30 in a row, he can eliminate Price and just keep going on.
I like your thinking. Ellis last night had 37 points for this Golden State team. He was 16 of 30, 4 of 7 behind the line. And that's the kind of game you fear from Ellis. But Grant Hill was just sensational in that game Monday night. Held him 5 of 13 shooting in the game.
And Grant knows all too well. I mean, Monte Ellis, he knows, and he's going to come out and he's going to say, no, you can't stop me. So he's going to be ultra aggressive Monte Ellis probably, no doubt about it, he's the best scorer in the league for his size. I don't think anybody right now can match him in how he can run off the points.
Well, he's only 6'3", weighs 185 pounds. Now that's what you were talking about. Get the ball inside to Vince Carter.
Helps your confidence. And, you know, you're getting the layups early, then the three-pointer, you know, the confidence level gets up.
Suns have taken a 3-2 lead. Just underway. Glad to have you with us. The Suns go to Utah, and they'll be facing a Utah team with a new head coach in Tyrone Corbin. Andrus Biedrins backs in against Lopez. Up and under move. Doesn't get it. And David Lee is over the back, I believe. That's what it's going to be. David Lee with a foul.
Yeah, and David Lee is a guy, you know, we haven't talked about him, but Suns really have to worry about him because he can get 20 rebounds on you, and 10 of those can be on the offensive glass.
He has 22 double-doubles. I mean, Lee coming over from the New York Knicks has been a very big addition. Now they're in the zone again. Back door intended for Carter. Robin Lopez had it for a moment. Here comes Ellis back the other way. Look how quick he is. The trailer is Curry. These two guys are averaging 44 points between them, but Curry couldn't get that one to go. Off it comes out to Carter. Skip pass to Grant Hill. Hill has been shooting well from three-point land. He's hit 3 of his last 6. That ball saved by Lopez. 10 on the shot clock. Suns are a little disjointed right now.
Well, the zone can bother you. You're not expecting it to start the game.
Here is Nash going in, deflected by Biedrins. Curry couldn't save it. Suns will have with only 2 seconds to shoot.
I guarantee you the Suns talked about the zone because they did play it, but I don't think the players expected to face a zone in the first quarter.
It really changes your tempo, doesn't it, Eddie?
Well, it does, because you're wired up for man-to-man, you're wired up to run, and all of a sudden now you have to try to figure out getting open in a space.
Here's Fry. That's a 3. Channing Frye, 5 of 9 in the game Monday night, and now for the year has 99 threes. 6-2, Suns with the lead. Curry brings it out to Dorell Wright, who missed his first 9 shots in the game Monday night against the Suns, but came back strong last night to post 23 points. Not able to get that one. It goes over the back.
Good. He wanted to shoot that one. He dribbled to the other side of the court to get that one out.
Well, he wants to redeem himself after that game against the Suns on Monday. I mean, he just was miserable in that game. Just couldn't get anything going. Into Channing Frye. That's a good way to break up a zone.
Well, again, you know, it's patience. It's patience and then finding the open areas below the zone. That's how you get open.
Suns on an 8-0 run right now after early, the Warriors take it a 2-0 lead. David Lee goes in against Channing Frye, and Frye commits the foul, count the basket. David Lee in his 6th year out of Florida. He is one of those guys who will just wear you out.
He's a guy that can score the basketball, no doubt about it. But right here, I mean, you know, they're worried about getting the 3-second violation. And so you have to be guarding a man closely, one arm or length away. And so David Lee got caught in no man's land. And again, Channing Frye, give him credit, got to the open area.
I tell you what, this Lee has had a good year. He's averaging almost 16 points, almost 10 rebounds. The first game this year against the Suns, he had a 16-10 effort. 8-5 Phoenix. Carter backing in, over to Frye. Another 3 by Channing. This one will not go. Dorell right at it. And Robin Lopez ripped it away, and he's going to be fouled by Biedrins, who got into foul trouble Monday night early.
Yeah, and Robin Lopez, you know, doing a good job there. Hang around the basket. You never know what can fall your way. He didn't give up on the rebound. He just hung around, and all of a sudden, there it is in his hand.
That's what Alvin Gentry's looking for. Robin Lopez finishing plays, getting up, grabbing the ball, snatching it out of there, not tipping it to someone else.
Well, treating it like, you know, it's your last lunch. I mean, not just holding it out there as he did the last play, and Monte Ellis took it away.
Coach Alvin Gentry looking sharp again tonight in his clothes from the Clothery at Biltmore Fashion Park, 24th Street and Camelback. Say hello to Greg and Tom and all the crew down there. 10-5 now. The Suns with the lead. They're 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Here's Dorell Wright. He played in Connecticut in high school. Was drafted by the Miami Heat in the first round. Didn't even play the first couple of years in the league. Here's Lee backing in on Frye. Muscles it up. Follow tip. And Robin Lopez comes out with it.
Yeah, I guess their plan is to try to go inside to try to soften it up so they can get some outside wide open opportunity.
Here's Grant Hill. And Monte Ellis with a tough matchup, trying to stay with it, giving up a lot of size, a lot of bulk, and that's going to be a foul on Monte Ellis. You know, that's got to hurt Ellis offensively, to have to play defense like he's doing right now on the other end of the floor.
But when you're a great offensive player, that's what teams do. So he's used to it. He understands it. But Grant has to get better position to start. I think he's just starting out too far where he's having to dribble and go backwards.
Suns are 3 of 5 shooting, and now Channing Frye with his second hit from outside. And Frye off to a great start, 8 points in 4 minutes.
Look, this is Groundhog Day for Golden State. They know what happened in the last ball game.
Wow, and Curry just threw that one away. So Golden State coming in here, they've won only 6 games on the road. They've lost their last 2, 4 of their last 5. They've been on the 8-game home streak. They haven't played a road game since January 22nd. And there's Robin Lopez, followed Tippy once, twice, can't get it to go. And then a wraparound, but Curry anticipated that. Ellis the other way. Look how fast he is. I mean, can he finish?
Yeah, he forces you to foul him. That's exactly what he does. He's coming at breakneck speed. So if you're Channing Frye, you can't get the charge. So now you have to try to block the shot. And this is how you play. I mean, you don't give that defender a chance to make a decision and set you up. You just go right at him right away, and that's what he did.
Ellis averaging 25.4 coming into the start of that, tied for 4th in the league. Lopez had it rejected. Off it comes now to Curry. Curry dashes inside and has to hold it up. Outside now to Ellis. Ellis this year had a 46-point game, a career high. Beautiful ball movement into the entrance inside.
Well, a little misdirection, but anytime you go from strong to weak side, you're going to find somebody open if you're moving the ball crisply.
Here's Nash dribbling inside. Suns lead has been whittled to 4. Lopez thinks about it and gets it to bounce and go in. Usually when you think about it like that, Eddie, it doesn't go in.
Well, he thought about it because he knew if he missed it, he might be going out of the game. And so that buys him another minute or 2.
He is 1 of 4 now from the field. The Suns hitting 50% of their shots. And there's Jarrell Wright. Maybe that'll get him going. The Suns hope not. As we mentioned, Wright was so bad in that first meeting Monday night. Out it comes now to Frye. Another 3. That's could have been the 3rd of the night. And the rebound by Biedrins.
That's point blank for him when he's that wide open and he's in the groove as he is right now.
15-12, Suns with the lead. Suns have won 10 straight at home against Golden State. As Wright ducks inside, ball stripped. It's going to be off the Suns. 12 seconds to shoot for Golden State.
Well, I thought that hit his knee, but, hey, nobody's complaining.
Jarrell Wright, South Kent Prep in Connecticut. He was the #1 player in high school. He was signed by DePaul and elected to go into the NBA. Outside it comes now to Monte Ellis, who came out of high school out of Jackson, Mississippi. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Tough shot. And pretty good defense that time. And Carter comes down to the rebound.
Great block out from Vince Carter. Biedrins is a tough offensive rebounder.
Randall from the corner. And as we mentioned, he'd hit 3 of his last 6. And Robin Lopez about as active, Eddie, as I've seen him in some time.
Well, he's beating up Biedrins. I mean, Biedrins is a wiry guy. He's not a strong guy. And Robin Lopez just pushed him around.
Timeout by Keith Smart. Frye has 8 points. As the Suns now on another little surge, and a lot of it is because of number 15.
No doubt about it. Robin Lopez again having a solid first quarter, and the Suns lead.
Time to find out what's on tap for the Suns. Presented by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Catch the Suns and Kings this Sunday with Suns Family Game Night with Samurai Sam's. Get 4 game tickets, 4 Samurai Sam's teriyaki bowls, and 4 sodas starting at only $56. Purchase your family game night pack for Sunday now at suns.com/TV deal. Suns 6 Man, renew your season tickets online at my6man.com to receive $100 in Gorilla Bucks. Plus, renew by February 17th to be entered into the 6 Man $10,000 renewal challenge hosted by KTAR. The Suns' legacy continues with you. Channing Frye hit 2 of 4 behind the line.
Well, against Golden State, he's going to get this type of look. Why? Because David Lee has to help out. He's inclined to always look to get a rebound and hang around the paint. Not used to having to guard a guy way out there at the 3-point line.
We come back now. The Suns up 17-12 with Eddie Johnson. I'm Gary Bender. Glad to have you with us. Monte Ellis dumps it in now to Lee. The southpaw misses a short shot, and it comes out now to Steve Nash. Nash in the early going now, already 4 assists. He had 15 Monday and had only 1 turnover in that game against Golden State on his 37th birthday.
That turnover was early. He didn't see another one.
They screen Curry out, and Nash takes advantage of it.
Well, again, he does so well at extending that ball out in front of his body, not allowing the defender to reach and try to strip it away.
Nash with his first attempt for the field. 19-12, Phoenix into Lee. Lee may have overpassed it. Beatrice is able to retrieve. Darrell Wright outside. Carter's on him. 9 on the shot clock. Wright hung up in the air. Curry, good defense by the Suns. It comes back out. Darrell Wright with 1 on the shot clock. And Gortat comes down for the rebound.
Good rotation defensive-wise. A hand in the face will always bother a shooter.
So right now, shooting 33% is Golden State. Fry goes in, draws a foul. Beatrice just picked up his second of the night. Beatrice had an injury-plagued season last year. Played only 33 games. Had all kinds of abdominal problems. Fry will go to the line. Channing Frye, we've said it before, he's expanded his game. He is evolving, and he's doing so many things he did not do early in the season. Sign up for My Suns Mobile, powered by Verizon, to receive special Suns offers and promotions. Visit suns.com for more information. Standard message rate supply.
Well, you know, again, we talked about Channing Frye and him mixing it up this year. You know, not just relying on the three-point shot. I thought that got him in a lot of trouble last year in the playoffs where he couldn't buy a bucket because in his mind he knew the only way he can get out of a slump was shoot a three.
Yeah.
And he would never step in. And then so his confidence level went way down. And when he got aggressive, if you remember, in that Lakers series, he started rebounding, he started going inside. All of a sudden, the three-point shot opened up for him. So he's been doing that consistently overall this year.
Right now with 9 points in 8 minutes in the ball game. Marcin Gortat has come in, as we mentioned, for the Suns. And Efe Udoh, the big center, has come in for Golden State, and Lee with an easy follow from the weak side.
Well, he was on that weak side with Steve Nash, and Steve couldn't do anything about it.
There they quickly convert. Grant Hill making a pay. He just defies his age. In fact, he said, I don't want people talking about my age anymore.
Well,
I'm just a basketball player.
As long as he's playing, they're going to talk about his age. Get used to it.
Here is Lee now. Brings it out. Good ball movement. Curry in the corner, and he's going to be fouled by Steve Nash. Was he outside the line? I think it's going to be a foul. As you see this in the corner, here comes Jared Dudley into the game now for the Suns.
Well, this is a patented play of Leandro Barbosa and Steve Nash, if you remember. That baseline backdoor cut was just lethal. Grant Hill getting a piece of it.
That foul was before the shot, so side out now to Golden State. Here is Udoh. He is a rookie out of Baylor. Played a couple of years at Michigan before transferring and playing 1 year for the Baylor Bears. Outside now is Ellis. Rebound Gortat. Gortat has been averaging 7.8 rebounds with the Suns. Just so solid in the post play. Ellis on Grant Hill. They try to re-enter it again. They like this matchup. Skip pass comes over to Dudley. First shot of the night. Got it. It's a three. And Jared Dudley, who's been shooting so well, almost at 40% behind the line, and the biggest lead of the game for the Suns.
Great pass from Grant Hill. That's a tough pass to make over the top of the rim.
From outside, and connecting is Curry. Curry and Ellis, prior to that, were only 1 of 6 shooting. Nice. Dumps it in now to Grant Hill. 25-16 Suns. Grant Hill just wearing Ellis out. I mean, Ellis cannot guard him.
No, it's too much, too big. I mean, this is a bona fide small forward, 6'8". This is a 6'3" guy.
Grant Hill has averaged 15.5 points the last 4 games. And David Lee from outside. Always liked this guy. He played in New York on some losing teams, but now starting to really evolve here in the West. That ball thrown away. But Grant Hill in the early going is really giving Monte Ellis all he can handle.
Well, that's the advantage the Suns have, and if Golden State stays with it, I think you have to continue to look at Grant Hill, and he is getting it done.
Kia Card is brought to you by Kia Motors, proud partner of the Phoenix Suns. We're going to talk about Stephen Curry, who was born in Akron, Ohio. First-team All-American at Davidson as a junior. His mother, Sonia, played volleyball for Virginia Tech. And, of course, his father, Dale, you remember him, played basketball for Virginia Tech. 16 years in the NBA. Now an analyst for the Charlotte Bobcats. And his brother, Seth, currently plays basketball at Duke, and they beat the North Carolina Tar Heels last night.
Look, well, I mean, you know, again, I've been around both of these kids growing up when I played with his dad, Dale, in Charlotte. And I tell you what, I mean, it's amazing that he quite possibly will have 2 sons in the NBA, because The other one at Duke, he can flat out score.
Yes,
He
he
went on a
can.
run last night that really got them back in the basketball game after being down 14.
Stephen Curry was runner-up to Tyreek Evans for Rookie of the Year last year. Evans, of course, of Sacramento. There's Wright. He thought he was fouled, and it'll come back the other way. 38% is what Golden State is shooting. We've got a technical that's going to go on Wright. He was complaining all the way back up the floor. Darrell Wright, 24 years old, in his 7th year after coming out of high school, and he's thinking this looks too much like Monday night. He's 1 of 5 shooting after going 0 for 9 in the game Monday night.
And especially after playing well last night, you would think they would be out of it, but struggling again. But it is a back-to-back, and you just can't wait. But it wasn't like a foul there. I mean, it looked like he really initiated a lot of the contact.
I agree with you. Brandon Wright now comes into the ball game. Another Wright, 4th-year man out of North Carolina. Curry will come out of the ball game now for Golden State. They had 3 guys last night play over 42 minutes. That being Wright, Lee, and Ellis. Going inside is Hill. They're going to call him for a travel this time.
We had a different guy on this time. And so when you go to that short baseline and now you got to elevate back into play, very difficult to do.
10-point lead for their Suns. The biggest has been 11. Here's Ellis now against Grant Hill. Ellis goes inside and gets a bounce.
He went right to the post of Grant Hill. He's like, you post me, I post you.
He's 2 of 6 shooting now. 4 points for Ellis and Curry. At backcourt, he's been averaging 44 a game, and Steve Nash with his 2nd shot of the night, and both of them have found the mark.
Well, he's got to look at that. If they're going to go underneath that screen, he's got to run that a couple of more times just to see how they will play it.
Suns shooting very well in the ball game. 61%. Ellis dumps it off now to Udo. Can't get it to go. Tries to save it. And they're going to say it is off of the Suns.
Well, Gortat was face guarding Udo and just basically running at him. Didn't even know where the ball was and drew contact.
These are retro uniforms, Golden State. In 75, they won the NBA championship playing these uniforms. That's when Rick Barry was the MVP of the championship series. As Ellis misses, Channing Frye comes down to the rebound. His 3rd of the night. There's a nice touch pass from Hill to Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley gets the boost in terms of getting the dunk. Ball fell right to him. He was able to gather himself in 2 hands.
Was that his first dunk of the season?
It might be.
I mean, he gets a lot of grief from his teammates about his dunking ability or lack thereof. But he went up with that one, and Dudley in the early going with 5 points. Here's David Lee going in, and this time the left-hander gets away with a right-handed shot. It goes again with the right hand.
Well, he wanted to make sure and show everyone that, I can go right-handed.
Back to a 10-point lead for the Suns. Suns off to a very good start tonight. 32 points here in the first quarter. In the corner it comes down to Dudley, and Dudley not able to get this one to go. Rebound is cleared by Udo. We have 20 seconds left in the quarter.
Suns have done a tremendous job offensively, again, getting good looks and good numbers.
Shooting 60%. Ellis having problems. He's going to call a timeout. He was trapped by Dudley, and Hill couldn't get the ball out of there and had to call a timeout with 9.5 seconds. It's going to be a 20-second timeout. Well, that's frustrating. You're trying to take the last shot of a quarter, and then you get trapped.
Well, they work on it, and what happened, Wright did not go to the middle of the floor, but here it is. I mean, just a ball that bounces right to him, and all he had to do is catch it and just elevate. And hung on the rim a little bit. He's trying to get a little highlight film.
I tell you, you really don't appreciate this guy until you watch him in practice. He is a non-stop talker. He loves the game. Everybody loves to be around him, and of course, you don't think he's not getting some grief right now on that first dunk of the season.
Oh, yeah. Well, they all jumped up when he did it because they're excited for him. Normally when you can tell if a player is loved by his team by how the bench reacts. I mean, you look around the league and you'll see some guys do something spectacular and the bench just sits there. I mean, when Jared Dudley does something, Grant Hill, I mean, those guys react over there, and that lets you know how close this team is.
Well, they're laughing, but they're happy for him at the same time.
Well, but they jump, of course. I mean, they know he doesn't jump, and he knows it too. They're happy for him.
Here is David
If he had
Lee.
missed it, then it'd be a different story.
That's true. Curry's come back into the ballgame. Right, long three as the first quarter coming to a close. Hakeem Warrior's got the rebound, and we have played one quarter, and the Suns with 32 points and shooting 60%.
They got off to a tremendous start, and obviously the Golden State Warriors trying to find a way to get their offensive rhythm.
So the Suns trying to get to 500. First time in this new year, if they can find a way to win this one before they go to Utah tomorrow night. Arizona is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Suns at 60%, Golden State at 37%. The text opinion poll powered by Verizon is, which former fan favorite do you miss the most? Lou Amundson, Pat Burke, Eddie House, or Raja Bell? Text your choice to 88222 and stay tuned for the results throughout the game. Normal messaging rates apply.
Well,
Raja Bell will see you tomorrow night in Utah.
Well, you know, I called Eddie House's game in Arizona State when he had, 63?
61, wasn't it?
61, yeah, I want to give him 2 more. But he's a good friend of mine. I called him. So, he's my favorite. I loved all those guys. Lou Amundson and I was on the cruise last year. Had a tremendous time with Lou.
There's Brandon Wright. Let's go over to Mark McClune. Mark?
Yeah, talked to Lou walking in the arena tonight, and he is deeply frustrated about not being able to play in this game. And, of course, he missed camp. It's been a tough year for him to really get on track. And right as he got in the rotation, he got hurt again. It's a back spasm issue. He hopes to play here next month. He actually came in town today and was able to go to the house that he just bought just to make sure the faucets still work. But been a frustrating season so far for Lou Amundson.
Davian Dowdell missed the shot, then is able to poke it away. Pietrus has it kicked out. You go back to Eddie House. The thing that I loved about Eddie House, he was such a great teammate. Everybody loved him.
Everybody loved him. He was a lot like Jared Dudley. I mean, just energetic, always talkative, supportive, and doing the same things in Miami. Sat on the bench there for about 15 straight games, and all of a sudden now he's back in the rotation playing well.
Reggie Williams is coming to the ball game, number 55 for Golden State. He's averaging 18.5 points the last 2 games. Came from the D-League, wasn't even drafted when he came out of Virginia Military Institute.
He's a big-time scorer.
Yes, he is. Warwick misses. That ball deflected out, and it'll go to Golden State. Golden State only went to the line 1 time in that first quarter. The Suns were 5 of 6 shooting.
Well, that's good because they can shoot the ball well from the free throw line. So the Suns want to make sure they keep them off.
Here is Reggie Williams, an unknown who led the nation in scoring 2 years at VMI. I don't know how a guy like that doesn't get drafted. I mean, to score the points that he did at VMI, I mean, he was a scoring champ 2 times. His number 55 was retired at VMI.
Well, obviously, based on what he's done since he's been in the league, a lot of people made a mistake.
They sure did. Dowdell outside now, of course, signed for the rest of the season. He will pop a 2 and get it. Dowdell has no fear. I mean, he comes in and he thinks he can do anything anybody else can do, and he's certainly been a welcome addition, especially with Goran Dragic out. And there is Brandon Wright, a guy who really has not been able to stay healthy, but is an athlete.
Yeah, again, a guy that didn't play a lot at North Carolina, one of those guys that, go in there one and dones and, really didn't get a lot of college life, but you can see the talent.
Yes, sir. Dudley misses. Rebound is cleared now by Ellis. Ellis back the other way, 34-26 Suns. Ellis from outside, long 2. It's not a 3, it's a 2, and Ellis now has 6 points in the ball game.
He's a guy that's a big-time scorer, but he shoots a tremendous field goal percentage. I mean, he makes sure that he gets good shots.
Here's Hakeem Warrick, picked up by Lee now. A back-to-back for Golden State. You wonder how much of a toll that will take them on them as they get later in the ball game. Here's Dudley, baseline, tries to hand off inside to Gortat. Gortat can't finish.
Well, I thought one of the Warriors hit the rim. If that was the case, that should be goaltending.
Here's Reggie Williams. Last year he was playing against the Suns and he was inbounding the ball, and Alvin Gentry turned to him and says, "Who are you? We've never heard of you. Who are you?" Well, they know who Reggie Williams is now. Lee goes up, blocked by Pietrus. Good defensive effort. Dowdell back the other way. Warwick going to try to finish. It does. Nice job by Hakeem. Knocked off course and still got it to go.
Well, and the official didn't call. He didn't blow the whistle, which is unlike, because if you're in the circle, regardless, if you get the hit, it should be an and 1, I would think.
Warwick with 2 rebounds and 2 points in 4 minutes of play.
The Suns are patient. Now this second unit is huge because Alvin Gentry wants to see if they can maintain what the starters started and not really add to it, but just maintain.
In the game Monday night, Golden State hit only 2 of 18 threes, and now a scramble for the ball. We have a loose ball foul, and they're going to call it on Ellis. Ellis upset about it. That's his second foul. We have a timeout. 8:33 to go here in this first half. Warrick a moment ago, finishing strong inside.
Well, Akeem Warrick is a guy that can energize everyone, running the floor. Dowdell head up. Akeem takes it and takes the hit, but scores.
It's 17-8. This flashback is brought to you by Farmers Insurance. We are insurance. We're farmers. In the first round of the 94 NBA playoffs, the Suns face Golden State in a best-of-5 series. Suns swept the Warriors in 3 games, and Charles Barkley saved his best for last. Sir Charles scored a Suns playoff record 56 points in a 140-133 Suns victory. He was 23 of 31 for the field, 3 of 4 from three-point land, 7 of 9 for the free throw line. He also led the Suns in rebounds with 14. And Eddie, he had his first 11 shots in that first quarter for 27 points.
Yeah, well, that was a tremendous year for him. I mean, he was just unstoppable.
Here's his teammate, Dan Marley. You know, it wasn't a terrible game for for Barkley, right?
Terrible.
All right, here we go.
Let me tell you something.
36-28. Warrick's been very active here tonight. You know, that's one of the things that Alvin Gentry wants is more fire from Akeem Warrick. And here in the early going now, he has 4 points in 5 minutes.
Well, again, we saw what Akeem can do early on. I mean, in and out of the rotation now. But I think it's settled in on understanding that he's not going to get a ton of minutes. So just do well with what you get.
Boy, Brandon Wright's off to a very good start in this ball game. He was out all last season because of surgery on his shoulders. You mentioned he played 1 year for North Carolina before coming out of the draft and was traded for a guy we all know, Jason Richardson. Here now is Pietrus, brings it off now to Akeem Warrick, and Warrick's feeling it, doesn't get this one to go. Gortat kept it alive. Warrick, looks like there could have been a foul there. The ball goes out, it'll go to Golden State. The Warriors will have it at the 7:40 mark of this first half.
I tell you, you would think the Suns would be up at least 14-15 the way they've controlled the game, but you look up at the scoreboard.
Yep.
8-point game.
Well, and they got on this Golden State team in a big way early in the game the other night, and tonight has not been the same story. They did fade in the fourth, though. Here's Reggie Williams. Radmanovic tries to save it, cannot. Suns ball. So for the game now, Golden State shooting 41%. The Suns have cooled down to 53.6.
Well, it tells the Suns one thing. Get the ball in the paint because the shooting of the three-pointer is not there unless it's Channing Frye or his guy.
And there's Dudley. You saw the graphic where in field goal percentage in the last 10 games the Suns are third. Now that's some company they don't have very often. Company they do not keep, but they've been playing better. Curry at the other end missed the left-handed shot. Dug out. Here comes Dowdell the other way. Outside it comes out of Pietrus. He's going to load up a three. Got it.
That all day. And if you're Keith Smart, you're not really excited about that. You would like to have somebody in a blue jersey running at Pietrus.
Boy, you're glad to see Pietrus start to shoot the ball well. He went through a real stretch where he couldn't hit anything. For 3 games, he was 2 of 15. The other night, though, he came back and hit 4 of 7 shots. And then coming back to make it a 43-32 game. Dowdell dumps it outside to Dudley. Dudley does the split, saved by Gortat, 12 on the shot clock. Gortat up, touch pass. Warrick goes up. I tell you what, the Suns have done a nice job of those touch passes tonight. As Biedrins is going to come back in the ball game. That's 8 turnovers now against the Suns. Also, Darrell Wright will come back in as Warrick called for traveling inside as he tried to load up that shot.
Well, a tremendous up fake to get the blue shirts to jump, but then he tried to ice skate a little bit closer to the rim.
Curry's been very quiet in this ball game. Has 4 points. Ellis with 6. Randy Wright has come in and really given him a jump start with 6 points. Here's Darrell Wright. Beatrice, great defense. Knocked it away. 5 to shoot for the Warriors. And we have a timeout. Beatrice earlier was the 3 and now with the block.
Tremendous defense there, right? Couldn't move him backwards, and he just sent that right back. And then the run out. Take your time, young man. Tee it up. Knock it down.
Welcome back to downtown Phoenix. 5:45 to play in the first half. The Suns up 11 on Golden State, and Alvin Gentry asking his team to pick up the tempo right now in the huddle. Sunday, it's round 2 of the Duel in the Desert Hardwood Series for the Sun Devils and the Wildcats. The duel begins with women's hoops at 2 as the Sun Devils go for the series sweep. Then at 7, the rivalry continues as the men square off. The Wildcats go for the sweep, and then stay tuned for the postgame with former players Derek Glasser and Corey Williams breaking down the game. It's the Duel in the Desert Hardwood Series this Sunday beginning at 2 on Fox Sports Arizona. Mark McClung back with you courtside, and of course the talk all day in the NBA has been the resignation of Jerry Sloan, and both coaches offering their thoughts about Jerry Sloan. Pre-game, we'll start with Alvin Gentry, who in the time that Jerry Sloan was in Utah has been 7 different places, including LA and San Antonio twice. Said you can still pull out a scouting report from 1990 that has Jerry Sloan's stuff. He was still running the same stuff. And Keith Smart, meanwhile, he played with Sloan's son in college. He knows what Tyrone Corbin is going through, moving over from assistant to head coach. And guys, you know, the Suns are going to play at Utah tomorrow night. What should we expect?
I think they'll run the same stuff. But Tyrone Corbin has been a candidate for a head coaching job for a long time, Eddie.
Yeah, he's got some opportunities, and rightly so. He's put his dues in. He's learned under the best. I mean, in Jerry Sloan, no doubt about it. So I think he will stay with that system, but he'll tweak things. I think he'll listen to the players and obviously see what bothered them in terms of that offense, and probably, you know, integrate a few things and see if he can get it going.
Gortat, his first 2 points. I will miss Jerry Sloan. I always considered him a real friend. 23rd year as a head coach.
You know, I made the statement in the pregame. I mean, you know, the reason he's been able to last as long is because he's had a tremendous relationship with his team and his players. But ultimately, any coach will tell you, if they're fired in this league, the players probably fired. I mean, you know, because they didn't play well. I mean, or they were disgruntled. It's always a player issue, and I just take offense to the rampant discussion that Darren Williams had something to do with Jerry Sloan leaving. I mean, the whole team did. It wasn't Darren Williams. That's what happens in this league.
So Sloan is gone, and of course the Suns playing Utah tomorrow. That basket a moment ago did not count at a turnover against the Suns. Here's Ellis, dumps it into David Lee. Lee has 11 points in the ball game in 17 minutes. Curry from outside of 3. Boy, he's got a sweet-looking shot, doesn't he?
And the scary thing is, if he gets it going, then that net just continues to pop.
They were 1 of 6 behind the line previous to that 3 by Curry. We have a 6-point game. Now it comes to Nash. Nash 6 points, 6 assists in the game. And they're going to let him shoot it. And they're going to pay for it. Another 3.
Why would you do that? I mean, if you're Monte Ellis, why would you back off of Steve Nash?
And that ball deflected back to Dudley. Off it comes to Nash. Garrett will try a 3. He hit one earlier and he's got another one. And Dudley and Robin Lopez congratulating each other. Dudley now with 10 points in the game.
Got a love fest going over there after a bucket.
Look at Curry now. You just said it. Curry gets started. He's hit a pair of 3s now.
Doesn't waver. I mean, you know, he reminds me a lot of Steve, and that his demeanor never changes during a game.
I guess a very good comparison. Nash doesn't get the shot, but he gets his own rebound.
Bottom.
Well, he got it. Didn't bottom, but it went in.
Well, it went in the bottom. That's the only way it can score. It doesn't matter how it gets there.
Nash now with 11 points in the game. Leads the Suns. Dudley is second with 10. Curry has to retrieve. 14 on the shot clock. Curry dumps it inside to Beatrice. Beatrice, a left-hand running hook. Doesn't find the mark. Gortat with a rebound.
Yeah, that was an ugly shot right there. I mean, really no confidence in that move.
Here is Nash blocked by Beatrice. Beatrice can block shots. He is a guy who doesn't have much offense, but he can rebound and block shots. Timeout by Golden State. 2:47 to go. The Suns with 53 points in this ball game, shooting very well, including Jared Dudley.
For a fast-moving game, it's a lot of fluidity to these teams, and they're showing it, but the Suns are getting the best as we speak.
3:42. The Suns have turned the ball over 10 times, leading to 13 points over the course of the game Monday night. They had only 6 turnovers. It's time for tonight's flyby, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book a business select fare at southwest.com and fly through airport lines with flyby priority lane access. One guess who the flyby will be. Jared Dudley.
Of course. And, you know, with the help of Grant Hill, I mean, who got it to him, and he just took off right there and pointed at the bench. Yeah, I got one, fellas.
You know, there's only been 1 foul called so far this quarter. This game is wheeling along, and this guy is really playing well. Dudley, 10 points. You know, he's averaged almost 12 points a game in the last 7. Really has zeroed in with that 3-point shot.
Yeah.
Nash picked up by Curry. Out it comes to Grant Hills. Come back in. Shovel pass to Lopez. Can't quite dig it out. Let's go over to Mark McClune. Mark?
Yeah, tracking the Dudley dunkometer here on the scorers table. According to Paul Coro, Jared Dudley has called for 10 dunks this season. He's going to dunk the ball 10 times.
How many? How many does he have?
He's got 1. He's got a long ways to go.
He's not
got
getting
9.
10.
That's true, though. That was what he said earlier. I remember that.
He's not getting 10.
He's going to have to step it up a little bit. But he got the first one. The first one's always the toughest.
I don't want him to get 8 because he'll try to get the 2 and probably miss about 4 of them to get the 2.
David Lee, what a pass to Curry. He is fouled as he goes inside. David Lee's a very good passer. Curry's going to be fouled. It'll be, let's see, who are they going to call it on? They're looking around, and it's going to be on Nash, his second.
Well, they move the ball well. They're a good passing team. And so, you know, when you're moving and cutting as well as they do, they're going to get some good looks.
David Lee doesn't get it to go. He thought he was fouled. Lee has 11 points in the game, 5 of 10 shooting. Look at Nash floating through the air, setting up Grant Hill. I mean, remarkable, incredible passing. 8 assists now for Steve Nash.
But if you're a youngster and you're watching at home, you already know you don't jump and pass. But when you're advanced like Steve Nash is, he can do whatever he wants to.
He defies it all.
He can do a cartwheel and pass.
He defies all the basics. And it comes now, and missing the dunk is going to be Lee. And again, he's looking for a foul. Nash, 3-ball, count it. Boy, that's a big swing. Lee misses 2 shots inside, and Nash buries a 3 at the other end.
Well, like I said, this isn't blowout territory here. I mean, with 1:31 to go, if the Suns can finish strong, Golden State will be in a tough situation.
Boy, Curry overshot that one badly. Going to be off of Golden State. Lee is still working on Rodney Mott, the official. He's still wanting a call. He's going to get a technical if he's not careful. Suns on a 10-2 run right now against Golden State. 57-42. Golden State coming in here gives up a lot of points, 106 a game. That's 27th in the league. Nash dribbling around to Lopez, and he gets hammered. Now Lee is upset. And that was a hard foul and part of the frustration coming out on him.
Exactly. But, you know, again, when you got a big guy in there, you got to come down hard on their arms so they don't get an and one. I wish the Suns would do more of that as well. But, you know, he missed the dunk. Now, did Robin Lopez catch him somewhere? Maybe the back of the head, but give me a break.
When you're struggling, you're looking for help, aren't you?
Yeah, you got to make that dunk, regardless.
Lopez at the free throw line. Robin is a starter this year, has been able to help the Suns get an 18-15 record in his 34 starts. Dowdell comes in now for Nash to let him sit down for the remaining 1:11 of the first half. Lopez got both of them, and the Suns are 7 of 8 from the line now.
They have played a solid first half. I mean, from every player that's been on the floor, and that's why they're sitting here pretty.
They've gotten great support from the bench, especially Dudley with 10 points. Here's Curry going in, trying to create, got it into the corner, shot underway, and it's going to miss by Reggie Williams. Out it comes to Dowdell. Grant Hill into the corner. Pietrus sets a 3, yes, and rack it up. And Pietrus has hit The 7th three out of 12 attempts for the Suns.
Suns turned a 10-point lead into 20 just like that.
Darrell Wright trying to duck inside. You wonder on a back-to-back how long Golden State will hang in here. Ellis missing. Rebound by Beatrice. Bench points. Suns have really gotten the better of that. Look at that. 24 points for the bench. And Fry can't get it to go. Now they pull it out and take the last shot.
Come on, Channing. You got to dance on that one, man. Wide open. Come on.
He's had a pretty good first half, though. 9 points and 5 rebounds. He's looking at his hands like he can't believe what happened.
Well, that's the excuse factor. Everybody has some kind of excuse when they embarrass themselves.
And there's Dowdell. Nicely done with the right hand. 64 points for the Suns as we come to the end of this first half. A big first half in the last 4 minutes and 18 seconds. The Suns outscored Golden State 19-3.
Well, if you want to take a picture on how to close a half, the Suns just did it with a tremendous run, and now they go into the locker room feeling real good about what they've done, but also understanding that this Golden State Warrior team can recover in a hurry as they did a few days ago.
So the Suns are halfway to getting to the 500 mark. Coming up, it's the Toyota Halftime Report. Tom Leander and Tom Chambers outside on the Bud Light Paseo. They'll have first half highlights and analysis. Stay tuned right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Phoenix Suns basketball is presented by Casino Arizona. Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Final segment, Toyota Halftime Report. David Hughes says we need to be quick, so here's TC's number crunch.
Well, there's a lot of great numbers. 26-9 we talked about on the backboards. 18-4 fast break points, but Golden State has 1 free throw and 9 rebounds. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I think they're sleepwalking through this one after playing late last night at home. Suns 7 of 12 three-point shooting. I'm told this is not a block, but the Taylor, Robin Lopez with the alteration, and then it's MV's team from far away.
And I'm telling you it was a block, and that's a nice three-point shot. Don't listen to those people back there. They don't know.
42 lead. Earlier tonight, the Suns and the Nexus Group held a ribbon-cutting ceremony to mark the completion of Club Annexus, one of the U.S. Airways Center's premier club levels. The Annexus Group is a partner of the Suns with branding of the Suns practice jerseys and the practice facility. The Club Annexus co-founders, Don Dady and Ron Schertz, were on hand with Suns president Rick Wells to celebrate. With Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender, and a solid first half offensively, 59%, 65 points, and the bench outscoring Golden State 26-8.
Well, did everything that they wanted to do. I mean, they stepped on the court. They had a plan. Plan was to really repeat what they did in the last contest in the first half. They got it done. But now the challenge is the second half, because we all remember what happened. Golden State made a tremendous run.
In the fourth quarter, they did that. It's now time to check the Jack of the Box inside the box score. Jack of the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of day. Suns shooting 60%, Eddie.
Yeah, and again, getting everything that they wanted to get. Channing Frye started it out from outside. Grant Hill got some opportunities down low. Jared Dudley steps off the bench. He's flowing. Mikael Pietrus even got a part of it. And it all culminated into tremendous shooting. But the turnovers obviously was a problem. But Golden State did not capitalize on it. And that's something I'm sure Alvin Gentry talked about in the first half.
All right, let's go over to Mark McClune. Mark?
Yeah, just talked to Noel Gillespie. Said they're thrilled with the plus 15 differential and rebounds and the 4 fast break points for the Warriors in the first half. But they know the Warriors are number 1 in the league in three-pointers made, so they have to limit their turnovers in the second half. Also, just real quick, inside the tunnel going into the locker room, just want to share with you a moment as Xavier Dowdell walked through the tunnel. You kind of saw him cracking a smile a little bit. As long of a road as it has been for him to get here, to hit that shot at the end of the first half really seemed to mean something to him.
Well, he means something to the Suns. They are really glad to have him. And Dragic, according to Alvin Gentry, probably won't be back before Tuesday's game against the Utah Jazz. Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. Well, you know, the Suns have a reputation, Eddie, for meltdowns in the fourth quarter. And so you always have to keep that in the back of your mind as you take this huge halftime lead into the third quarter.
Well, they know. I mean, that's probably what all Alvin Gentry talked about, is the fact that Golden State can get hot. I mean, just like we got up a tremendous amount in the first half, they can recover and do the exact same thing.
Curry had 12 points. He led Golden State in scoring in the first half. 5 of 8 shooting, 2 of 2 behind the line. David Lee had 11 points in the first half. Did a lot of complaining. Ellis pulls up wide right. Rebound is cleared by Fry.
Yeah, and obviously last night has taken a little toll on him. Not a short flight here to Phoenix. And, you know, Curry got a little beat up at the end of the game. Monte Ellis right now, confidence down against Grant Hill.
I guess so. He's 3 of 11 shooting. I tell you, the confidence is up for Channing Frye, though. He's 4 of 8 tonight, 2 of 4 behind the line. He has 11 points. 67-42. Golden State, a team that came in here tonight 23-28. They had won 4 of their last 5 games, just like the Suns. Radmanovich starting the second half, trying to get some scoring, and he can't hit. And Nash the other way. Nash with 8 assists and 14 points.
And Radmanovich is the guy you think will look at the rim. I think that was his first shot.
And Robin Lopez not able to get the little jump hook to go. He's 2 of 6 in the ball game. 6 rebounds. Inside goes Lee, and Lee, he's not happy again. He's not happy all the time. Every time he goes in, he's looking for help from a foul. That shot missing by Vince Carter. Carter having another very average shooting night. 1 of 3, 0 of 2 behind the line.
Well, again, just caught out of rhythm. Really not getting a lot of looks, and every other player is playing well. So all he needs to do is just let it come to him.
I agree with you. Last game was 3 of 12, and there's a rebound again by Fry. Fry is approaching a double-double now. 11 points and 8 rebounds.
So you think Golden State would try something different? They're trying to get back in the game from the three-point line.
They are. Darrell Wright, body bouncing against Vince Carter, but Carter didn't let him bother him that time. He has 4 points. You look at Carter, he's had so many big games. In 20 games, he's averaged 15.6 for the Suns. He's had 16 double-doubles. But 10 points in the last game against Golden State. Here is Lee, puts the ball on the floor against Robin Lopez, and that's going to be an offensive foul. I think David Lee feels that everyone's against him tonight.
Yeah, that's going to give him another. That's going to make his headache even worse than what it is.
He hasn't really felt like he's gotten any breaks. And Keith Smart, who of course is known for that NCAA championship shot in 1987 when Indiana defeated Syracuse. Into the corner comes to Grant Hill. Hill moves in, blocked from behind by Radmanovich. Curry back the other way. Darrell Wright, into the corner it goes. Ellis, and he cannot buy a shot. Radmanovich reloads it. Out they come to Darrell Wright, moves in for a 2. Boy, they just cannot find the mark. They're now shooting 34.5% for the night.
He did the right thing. I mean, you know, three's not going, why not step in? But he could have stepped in a little closer than what he did.
Look at this, 0 for 6 the Warriors in the quarter. Now Darrell Wright, as we have a foul inside, Vince Carter is going to be fouled. It's going to go against Lee, who has his 3rd.
He's very close.
To getting out of here?
Yeah, he's close. I guarantee if the Suns improve this lead anymore, he's close.
Well, I thought maybe he was going to get teed up and out of here. As Carter goes in, a little underhand scoop by Vince Carter. 71-42.
This is just downright ugly here. I mean, no competition, no fight from the Warriors. Just happy that they won a game last night.
Yeah, and they go to home to play the Thunder on Sunday and the Hornets on Tuesday. It won't get any easier for them. Start of the night, they were the number 12 seed, 2 games back of the Suns. Here is Ellis. They'll want to get back home. They played 13 of their last 14 games at home prior to tonight. 71-44. Ellis now with 8 points in the ball game. Here's Robin Lopez. Sweeping hook. He's had a tough break on a couple of shots tonight.
Well, he didn't have to sweep it. Just a jump hook right there, knowing that David Lee cannot block his shot.
Robin 2 of 7 from the field. There's Radmanovich from outside. Rebound is cleared by Carter. Radmanovich is known to be a sharpshooter, a guy who will launch it with unlimited range. Right now, he's having trouble finding the mark. 0 for 2. And Lopez is fouled. Can't get the shot to go, but he'll go to the free throw line.
Really, the Suns have the sense that Golden State right now, they're basically wanting to quit. And what they have to do, the starters right now, if they want to end their night in the next 4 or 5 minutes, is just continue to play hard and get this lead over 30, and then I think they'll be fine.
Lee sits down after committing his 4th foul. The bigger the gift, the bigger the thank you. The Southwest gift card available at southwest.com. Lopez with 9 points in the ball game. Lopez has been in double figures 7 of the last 15 games, and he can do that again with this free throw. Not able to finish. Udo, who just came into the ball game, comes down with the rebound. Curry still with 12 points. Brings it out, Radmanovic. Radmanovic going to duck inside, had it pinned to him for a little bit. Curry gets it back in from the corner. Reggie Williams, and Williams has been really hot in the last 2 games, is able to connect, and that's his first field goal of the night. He had 19 and 18 points in the last 2 games.
Well, Monte Ellis had an opportunity at a layup, and again, his confidence leveled down. He kicked it out, but it turned out okay.
Channing Frye tried to skip pass, didn't get it to work. Curry back outside. Curry stripped. Frye stays after it. Good job by Channing. Digs it out after turning it over. Picks up the ball and able to turn it up against Golden State. Carter off the mark.
Yeah, he turned a good opportunity into a bad one there. Probably should have just took his time.
There's Reggie Williams going down the other way, and he draws the foul. Reggie Williams, who played in the D-League in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, was not drafted in his 2nd year. Last year ended up starting 10 games for the Warriors, and he's playing more and more all the time. Do you realize, Eddie, are you ready for this? This is, for the night, only the 2nd free throw they've taken. They are 2 of 2.
Well, it's the reason why. I mean, they are not venturing in the paint. I mean, they're all jump shots. I mean, even when they do get in the paint, it's like jump hooks. Those are things you won't foul on. And no aggressiveness at all. I think the only time they had an aggressive play when Monte Ellis went to the rim hard against, I think, Grant Hill at the time, and was able to lay the ball in.
Here is Nash orchestrating another move inside Lopez. It will count, and he will go to the line, and Nash now with 9 assists on the night.
Patience. That's what Steve Nash has when he makes the pass, and that's what Robin Lopez showed on that particular play. Understanding that a little guy was there ready to draw the charge, didn't really go into him, jumped right up over the top.
I tell you, Lopez having his better games tonight. He has 12 points. He has 6 rebounds.
Well, again, we talked about this. You know, when you're not getting a lot of minutes, and you know that your production is going to add to whatever minutes you get, it makes you focus. And I think Robin Lopez is in that realm right now where he's focused.
Curry can't get it. Williams comes down to the rebound. The southpaw brings it outside. 6.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Boy, it'd be nice to get back to that 500 level. That's their first goal. Here it goes into Williams. Reverses it, followed by Udo. And we're going to have what? We got a foul. Foul is on Lopez. Alvin Gentry is in disbelief. They're going to send Reggie Williams to the free throw line.
Robin Lopez is smirking. You know, a lot of times I look at the player that got the foul to really see if it happened. He fouled him. He popped him right on top of the head. Maybe David Lee's arguing in the first half when he missed the dunk about getting hit in the head. All of a sudden now he got his foul finally.
That's the first foul on Robin, as Williams now starting to come on a little bit for this team with 6 points. Well, Robin, you know, tonight of the 2 centers playing the better game. Gortat has only played 14 minutes, 2 points and 3 rebounds, and Lopez 12 points, 6 rebounds. And so they continue to start Robin, bringing Gortat off the bench, and Alvin really likes that direction that they're going.
Well, he's got 2 opportunities here. He's got 2 centers that's fighting for minutes, and he's going to ride the one that's playing well.
Nash from outside and tipped over now to Udo. That's Udo, the rookie at 6'10". Here's Williams again. And Channing Frye will track it down, and Frye now 1 rebound away from a double-double. You look at Frye and what he's been able to do in the last few games. He's coming off of a 19-point, 11-rebound effort. Tonight's got 12 points, or 11 points and 9 rebounds. Getting to that double-double category quite frequently.
Well, you know, we don't talk about him as much, which means he's settled in, and that's why we're excited for Channing Frye, and that he is becoming a consistent big-time performer.
5:45 to go in the third. Golden State shooting only 18% in the second half. The drive is brought to you by Checker O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Steve Nash on another patented move, a drive for the Suns.
Yo, you don't want to come over and stop me? Okay. I'll just take it right to the basket. Bijan's so afraid of Gortat getting the dunk, he gives up the layup.
Well, here's the results of our text opinion poll. Which former fan favorite you missed the most? And Sweet Lou Amundsen leading the way. And Raja Bell, and there he is. He is down with back spasms. Really a frustrating year. Missed 20 games earlier with a surgery on his right index finger.
He was excited to go to Golden State. I talked to him before he signed there. And, it's unfortunate. The injuries are a part of the game.
Yep. And Gortat floats inside. So Gortat coming in, replacing Lopez, who acquitted himself very well. 77-51. Reggie Williams outside to Jeremy Lin, who's coming in, the Harvard man. 42nd guy from the Ivy League to play in the NBA. Jeremy Lin, a 6'3" rookie. 77-53. His parents are refugees from Taiwan. And he is the first Asian American to play in the league, Eddie, since 1947. Can you believe that?
And he's earned his spot in. He's had to go a tough road, and I'm happy for the young man. It's always good to see a guy make the league that no one really thought of, and all of a sudden now he's here.
Yep. Radmanovich able to connect. 77-55. Steve Nash with a double-double. 14 points, 10 assists. So he now has 28 double-doubles for the year. That leads all guards in the NBA as Fry reaches in and fouls Reggie Williams as moved to the basket.
Now, we don't want to talk about negative things. I know you don't. Well, we can't. It's 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a lot of time here.
Yeah.
And so you can't start relaxing.
Well, who's relaxing? I'm intense. I'm really uptight.
You're always intense.
Who are you accusing of relaxing here, Eddie?
Those guys out there in the white jersey,
okay.
We have no control over.
Well, I agree with that. Here's Ellis. And they turn it over. That is the 8th turnover of the night against Golden State. Suns have turned it over 12 times, but only 13 points off those 12 turnovers. Grant Hill is absolutely smothered. The ball is yanked out of there, and we're going to have an offensive foul on Ellis, who ran over Steve Nash. Wow. That was ugly.
Keith Smart, a tremendous college player, obviously made that huge shot. He's like, that's a college charge. You can't make that call. Huh?
They did.
If you can get away with it, you can.
And so Keith Smart, who is 46 years old, replaced the all-time winningest coach, Don Nelson, who's in Maui right now, and they teed him up. Keith Smart got the tee. We talked about the shot that he made. Keith Smart, I really admire him. He came out of Baton Rouge, wasn't heavily recruited, went to Garden City Junior College in Kansas. And then Bob Knight recruited him to Indiana. Of course, you remember the shot.
Now, if I remember, that game was in Philadelphia. It was my senior year. That's really the only Final Four game that I ever attended. And I remember that shot. I was there supporting Isaiah Thomas, obviously, a childhood good friend. And I remember that shot. Short corner, right?
Yep, it was.
Yes.
78-55, we come back into play as we have 4 minutes to go here in the third. Nash trying to draw the foul, now goes in, and rebound, not going to have it over the back by Gortat. Reaching over the back.
Yeah, but they're not in the bonus, so not a smart foul, but they're taking it out of bounds.
Well, Eddie, are you still tense? I mean, are you okay? I mean, we still have 3:54 to go here in the third.
I mean, Golden State one of the few teams that I worry about because they shoot so many threes.
Yeah.
They can run off about 6 or 7 in a row, and all of a sudden it's a game. So you just don't want to relax. And I want to see some of my guys get in. Josh Childress.
There's Charlie Bell, who's come in for the first time. Udo goes up. Fry went high for that rebound. Ball deflected out. And they're going to give it to the Suns. Nice effort by Fry.
I want to see Siler into the game.
All right. Why don't you just get up and go over and talk to Alvin Gentry and see if they bring him in.
Well, I'm sure Alvin would say, Eddie.
Sit down.
Now, Eddie. No, he'll say now, Eddie. If the starters continue to play well and we keep a 20-point-plus lead, then they'll play.
Nash to Dudley. Dudley had 10 points in the first half off the bench. Fry not able to get it. Gortat goes up. And a good effort by Marchand, and that will send him to the free throw line. Gortat tonight, 4 points, 3 rebounds, played 17 minutes. Lopez has played 15 minutes tonight. Boy, I tell you, you win tonight, you go to 15 and 11 at home. You got to take care of the home court as you go down the stretch run. Suns have already lost more games at home this year than they averaged in losses the previous 6 seasons.
Yeah.
But now, Eddie, they're 6-2 in the last 8 at home, so they're starting to reestablish some control.
Well, and we always say, right, after the All-Star break is when you make your playoff run.
Yep.
And the Suns are obviously in range of doing that, so the home court is going to be huge.
Yep. Suns number 10 seed right now. Dudley missing outside. Started the night there. Game and a half back of Memphis. 2.5 to the Blazers. I see where Brandon Roy is now going to come back for Portland. I thought he was out all year.
Yeah, well, they're playing well, and I'm sure Brandon sitting over there needs to maybe feeling better. Don't know if they're 100%, but, you know, him in the lineup definitely helps him.
Yeah, and Marcus Camby also was practicing. I thought the Blazers might just fall apart with all those injuries. 2:46 left to go in the third. Nash to Hill, good ball movement. Out it comes to Nash. 3 ball. Bang, he got it. And Nash now is 3 of 4 behind the line.
That's the right guy you want to get it. No doubt about it. Clock running down. Steve Nash.
And there's Reggie Williams. I tell you, Nash has had an efficient night tonight. 18 points, 10 assists. He's hit 6 of 10 shots, 3 of 4 behind the line. And here's another 3. Count this one. And Fry with his 3rd 3 of the night.
You know, when you have young players on the floor, their assignments just get mixed up. I mean, but how can you mix up a guy that you know is going to stop at the 3-point line and knock him down?
That's not a rhetorical question, I know. As you can see in the quarter, the Suns have just been on fire from out there. And here's Brandon Wright's going to be fouled by Fry. Steve Nash with another double-double, as we mentioned, his 28th of the year, leading all the guards, and just another typical Steve Nash night.
Another day at the office. That's all we talk about when it comes to Steve Nash. He drains another one.
Promo calendar. Enter to win a Donovan's Valentine's weekend for 2 on Suns.com. The deadline is tomorrow. Win tickets to Sunday's game, dinner for 2 at Donovan's, and an on-court photo or more. Fans text Bacardi FAN to 680-99 for your chance of winning the Bacardi Gold Legendary Fan Experience. 1 winner and 3 guests will receive a VIP experience at the Suns game on March 25th against New Orleans. Score 2 free Suns game tickets when you purchase $20 worth of any Arizona Lottery tickets at the Last Prize special event at 60th Street in Thomas. Head to Prize this Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon. And also be entered to win an Ultimate Suns courtside experience valued at $6,000. For more Suns event and promo information, log on to Suns.com/promotions. Okay, Eddie. Let's go back to what was going to happen eventually, and it did tonight. Ray Allen has passed Reggie Miller to become the all-time 3-point field goal leader, 2,562. That's an amazing number.
It really is. I don't know how many he took to make those. That's a lot of 3-point shots, no doubt about it. And you know, you knew he would catch it. I mean, just at the rate that he was shooting threes, and then going over to Boston, where, you know, basically he became a spot-up guy. I mean, he was more of an all-around player in Seattle. You know, mid-range game, taking it to the basket. But in Boston, he's become basically a spot-up guy from 3 and got a tremendous opportunity to knock down a lot of open attempts playing with Rajon Rondo.
They've been told that Ray tonight's 3 of 7 in that game against the Lakers, but enough to pass Reggie Miller.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. What a classy guy, Ray Allen. We come back in. Charlie Bell, who played at Michigan State, had some problems off the court. has not played for a couple of games, and he's not able to get the shot to go. And Gortat with a rebound with 1:30 to go here in the third. Dowdell has played 9 minutes, scored 4 points in the ball game. Dudley off to Gortat. Suns have really been solid offensively. I mean, they have done so many things well. Dudley touch pass to Grant Hill. 3 on the shot clock. Hill's going to have to hurry. Got it off in time, but didn't get the shot to go. Lynn comes down to the rebound. Jeremy Lin got it ahead to Brandon Wright. This guy has had some impact tonight. Brandon Wright's come in here now and scored 8 points in 11 minutes.
Well, he's doing the smart thing. He knows he has a go-to move with the jump left-handed hook, and he's running to a spot and just hoping he gets the basketball.
He was the ACC Rookie of the Year, second-team All-American that 1 year at North Carolina. Fry misses. Gortat brings it outside. Suns now shooting 52.5%, 38.8% for Golden State. Dowdell trying to create inside. Rebound by Lynn. Lynn's got some quickness, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a player. And from what I've heard, very competitive in practice. And, he made this team based on his ability.
Udo just threw that one away. And as they're running up the floor, Bill Kennedy ran into Michael Pietrus. They had a big collision right in front of the scorer's table.
Pietrus don't want to. Hey, look, Bill Kennedy's a strong dude.
He is.
This dude's been pumping the iron. I wouldn't want to take a charge from him.
I guess so. I mean, he's got some guns.
He's ripped.
84-61, the last 16 seconds of the third quarter. The Suns trying to get to 500. And thus far, so far, so good. Dowdell outside to Fry, another 3. And Channing Frye is now 4 of 6 after going 5 of 9 in the last game.
He caught that with not much room to spare. And I mean, he just flicked it up there.
So we've gone through 3 quarters. The Suns outscore the Warriors 22-19 in the quarter. And they have a commanding lead with 12 minutes to go here at the Purple Palace. Can the Suns get to 500? It's looking good. Arizona on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By Casino Arizona, feel the win. Schwartz Laser Eye Center, teameyedoc.com. See the best you can see. And by Bud Light Lime, the just right taste of Bud Light with a refreshing splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Suns are 8-2 record-wise at home, and they lead it into the third quarter. Here's a lifelock score by quarters, 32-33, and now a 22-point third quarter as we go to the last 12 minutes of this ball game. Warwick has come into the ball game with Pietrus, Gortat, Dudley, and Dowdell. Off it comes to Gortat. The Suns have been strong. Gortat sweeping left hook. Rebound is cleared by Wright, and we're going to have interference. They're going to have a goaltending call on Wright, who interfered with that shot.
One of the toughest rebounds to get when you're a big guy because you jump too soon and you want to grab the ball, and that was definitely goaltending. I thought that might go back in.
Boy, you look at the three-point shooting tonight. The Suns are 11 of 19. Golden State is 4 of 15. They were 2 of 18 Monday night.
When you think about it, a back-to-back, what goes? Your legs. And the three-point shot is all legs.
Brandon Wright's had a strong game. Well, forget if you don't count that play.
You're a good defensive player.
And it comes to Warwick. And Wright bats it away. There he is. See, he came back for me. He slapped that one away.
Can't believe that you're cheering for North Carolina.
Well, I can't. I can't either. It must have. I had a went brain dead there for a minute. You don't. Carolina got beat by Duke last night. Grant Hill was really happy about it. He got nervous, though. They were down by 16 in that game.
He should have been nervous. I mean, that was a meltdown.
Look at Dudley. Boy, Dudley was strong. He had 10 points in the first half, first points in the second half, but he really started to get the Suns rolling.
Yeah. Why isn't he in the three-point contest?
I don't know. He's 3 of 5 tonight. And that's going to be a foul on Pietrus. Tried to stop that drive inside by Reggie Williams. Let's go over to Mark. Mark.
Well, you mentioned Grant Hill and Vince Carter and the Duke UNC game last night. We actually had a chance to sit down with them yesterday, the two of them. Brad Steinke talked to him. It's going to be on this month's edition of Planet Orange Primetime. Vince Carter says he likes to watch the game by himself, doesn't like anybody in the room because he feels like a coach. And Grant Hill just goes to his go-to line that he doesn't start watching Duke basketball until April.
Listen, the defending NCAA champions. Look at Petras, a rainbow shot from outside.
You know, and they might win it again. Because really no one in college is scaring me. I know.
Now wait a minute. We got a team in the Midwest that might scare you a little.
You don't want to. I mean, you don't. Look, I know, you know, it's tough to talk about your Kansas Jayhawks. But, you know, I like that team a little bit
Where?
to the west of you down in Texas.
You like Texas. Well, they did beat Kansas. I'll give you that. From outside, Williams, and not able to get it to go. You know, you look at that Duke game last night. Seth Curry, the brother of Stephen, boy, is he going to be a player.
And if you put all three of them together, Dale Curry, Steph, and Seth, their shot is identical. It's scary how they have emulated their dad, but also picked up the mechanics that he had. I mean, you don't see that often.
Well, Dale Curry played 16 years in the league. Now we got a foul away from the ball. A pushing foul on Gortat. Biggest lead of the game right now, Eddie, 33 points. Are you relaxing a little bit? I hope so.
I'm relaxing, but I'm not going to relax until my man Garrett Seiler gets into the game.
Okay. Charlie Bell able to hit a three. 94-61. Suns came in here averaging 105 points a game. And they're going to get that easily. Gortat has that rejected. Outside it comes to Bell. Bell had played on an NCAA championship team with Jason Richardson. And Williams with the follow.
He's a point machine. You know, see, Williams will always play hard because he loves to score. And garbage time now, he is looking to get some numbers.
He has 11 points. He's averaging 10 for the year, but he had 19 points in the previous game of the Suns, 18 last night. Hakeem Ward can't get it to go. Here comes Williams the other way. So the unknown, Reggie Williams, has found a little niche here at Golden State. Nice little crossover and a reach-in foul on Dowdell. 8:43 to go as the Suns try to close this one out to win their 6th game in their last 7 outings. Set up of Gortat.
Well, two-man game works for Steve Nash, and it's working for Gortat now. He gets an opportunity to score. Hasn't had many in this game, but that's the easy one.
You know, we are a family here at this Fox Sports Arizona group, and want to say hello to Bob Corwin, who is a little bit under the weather. Bob, get well. Get you back in here. Missed you tonight. As we have 8:43 to go on this one.
Well, he gets to be home and relax and listen to you. I'm sure he's enjoying that.
I don't know. That might make you feel worse. You never know. You know, you think about this Golden State team. They just completed an 8-game homestand. They had a 4-4 record. 13 of their last 14 games are at home. This is their first road game since January 22nd. They may never want to go on the road again the way this game's going.
Yeah, well, you know, they're not a great road team. And so, you know, they're young. But I really like what they have now. Obviously, they're going to get a good draft pick next year. I mean, well, this summer. But, again, this team has struggled for a long time. They really have. And you'd like to see them get it together.
Tonight's Phoenix Suns basketball game is presented to you by Casino Arizona. Feel the win.
Sheila was
No, it's W-I-N, not W-I-N-D.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking it out.
Well, win is good in Arizona.
Well, that's true. 94-68. 8:35 left to go. Petras, here's Josh Childress. Boy, he hasn't played in a long time. And Petras, he followed out of the rotation. In fact, he had missed 8 of the last 9 games for the Suns.
Wow. And you know what? It's very difficult, obviously. I mean, Josh Childress come over from Europe where he played and had success. And, you know, he signs a free agent contract. And I'm sure he's looking to play a tremendous role, and it hasn't happened. But through it all, he's been a very good teammate.
Yes, he has.
That's all you can ask for.
That is a very good point, Eddie. He has been a great teammate. He never complains. And he's the guy who fell out of the rotation. They just have too many wing players, and somebody can't play, and it's been Josh Childress. Dowdell from the corner. Tipped outside now, and they come up to Fort Golden State right now on a 7-0 run, believe it or not. And now make it a 9-0 run as Udoh goes inside. Well, now, I don't want to say anything, but the Suns have a reputation with these fourth quarter meltdowns.
Well, I think we can be. The lead is so big right now. I can't see it. I just want him to just maintain here so my man Garrett Siler can get in and get some minutes.
Hey, I'm going to leave and go over and ask Coach Gentry. You want to take over? You just take over, and I'm going to go ask him and see if he can get Garrett in the ball game.
You know, you put the camera on Garrett as we just did. You can see he's antsy, man. Look, he's like, okay, come on, guys, hold on about another minute or two so I can get in this ball game.
Okay, well, Eddie, I like your thinking, and I'm sure Alvin would like to do that very thing. By the way, the Suns just turned it over the 15th time. That's the only stat tonight you can find negative against the Suns.
With Golden State, they have not taken advantage of it. So in that respect, if you're Alvin Gentry, you're happy. I mean, okay, we turned it over a lot, but they didn't do much damage with it.
13 points. That's really remarkable to have that many turnovers and not score more points off of it. It's one of the many things that have not gone Golden State's way. Jeremy Lin back into the ball game, and the guy from Harvard tries to get the shot off the glass. Rebound by Dowdell. Back the other way we come. Into Childress. From outside, Pietrus 3. I don't know if that ball was tipped or what it was.
Josh had a layup, but again, hasn't played much. Really didn't feel good about it.
And Charlie Bell heating up a little bit. 94-73. Charlie Bell had a DUI last Friday and hadn't been playing as Hakeem Ward finishes. Ward came in here with 51 dunks, which was 20th in the league.
He was on a serious pace before, obviously, he was out of the rotation here and there, but he had a tremendous pace.
Boy, Alvin Gentry's upset. Udoh went inside, hammered it in, and Alvin jumped off the bench screaming at his team. He doesn't want this thing to get into a dangerous area. 96-75, the Suns. We still have almost 7 minutes to go. Well, that tells it all.
To play in downtown Phoenix. It's the Suns up 21 on the Golden State Warriors, but Alvin Gentry imploring his team to keep its foot on the gas. Hey, D-back fans, if you aren't able to attend the Fan Fest, then catch a special live broadcast of D-backs Live at Fan Fest on Fox Sports Arizona, hosted by Darren Sutton, Mark Grace, and Jody Jackson, as they interview coaches and players such as newly acquired pitcher J.J. Putz, along with analysis as the team gets ready for spring training. It's D-backs Live Fan Fest Saturday at 1 o'clock on Fox Sports Arizona. Mark McClune back with you courtside, and so many stories swirling around the NBA, but one that just hit and just caught my attention. Guys, did you see what happened today in Charlotte as Michael Jordan, soon to be 48-year-old Michael Jordan, took the practice floor with his team, the Charlotte Bobcats, and according to Gerald Wallace, he still has it. Now the Suns trying to empty the bench and get guys that, only get practice time into the game. How would it benefit the Charlotte Bobcats to practice against Michael Jordan?
What's your reaction, Eddie? What do you think?
You tell me, partner.
Warwick scoring. He tried to make a comeback with the Wizards, remember? And that didn't work very well. With the Washington Wizards, just a little late in his career, and it just was not a very good experiment.
Look, you get a certain age, you just got to say, look, you don't want rehab. And I tell you, they have a 3-on-3 tournament, the All-Star game. They have all these ex-players, these legends playing this 3-on-3 tournament, doing the All-Star game. And they called me up, and I'm like, no, I don't want rehab. I mean, I don't want to trade rehab for the opportunity to knock down a couple of baskets. No, that just doesn't work.
I don't know. I'd love to see you do it. I think you should do it, Eddie. I really do. The Clone Wars are returning to Planet Orange. Get your tickets now for the Star Wars night on Sunday and get a Star Wars themed Suns t-shirt. Details at suns.com/Star Wars. No, I think if you do that, I could say, I know that guy, Eddie Johnson. I work with him. and he's playing in the All-Star
It's
game.
amazing how many players that's participating in this 3-on-3 tournament, for these legend players. No way.
Williams is get 3 free throws because Petrus fouled him outside the line, and so Reggie mounting the points up as 14. He's now the leading scorer for Golden State. 98-77. I tell you, Alvin Gentry was really hot that last timeout.
Well, because the defensive rotation is really just no effort. I don't know who he was really looking at. I know it had to be between Hakeem Warwick and Gortat. Just got their signals mixed up.
Hakeem Warwick trying to go into double figures, can't get the shot to go. And picking it up is Charlie Bell. Bell's played pretty well since coming in. 6 points in 10 minutes. From outside, Reggie Williams, and Gortat tangled up with Udo. And who's the foul on?
Look like Gortat.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be on Gortat. He's disappointed in the call. He thought it was going the other way.
Yeah, I don't really agree with this one. I'd like to take another look at it.
That's 5 fouls on it.
Yeah, the ball kind of popped loose out of, I don't know who it was, Udo's hand, but I thought Gortat had a good shot at it as well. But, when you're up by this many points, a lot of times the team that's down, they don't get rewarded with good effort, and so the officials don't want to keep beating on them.
What do you think? Where's the foul?
Well, he had his arm kind of locked up, but, early in the game, I don't know if that call's made.
Udo missed both free throws, so I guess it's all justified.
Yeah, well, he got a chance to work on his free throw shooting.
Suns 2 points short of the century mark with 5.5 minutes to go. Goddell picked up by Lynn. So the first goal is to get to 500. The second goal is to stay there, and the third goal is to get into the playoffs. That was the words of Steve Nash. And another nice finish by Brandon Wright, who's had a solid game tonight.
I think, Alvin does not want to put Steve Nash and Grant Hill back in the game. I mean, they've been sitting over there a long time. So you don't want those guys back in there. And Steve is sitting there perplexed like, please don't put me back in there.
Well, they got to play tomorrow in Utah, back-to-back. You got to rest these guys.
The perfect setup. You blow a team out and then you rest your starters in the fourth quarter.
Nash has played 27 minutes tonight, 18 points, 11 assists. The guy's got the most minutes is Fry with 29. Here's Dowdell. Oh, nice looking shot. I always feel like his shots are going to go in every time.
He can shoot the ball, but he knows that he's not out there to score. So that's really the third option for him.
Yep. And that's a career high for him, 8 points now. And tonight, he is 4 of 8 shooting the ball.
Here comes my man.
Which one?
There
he comes, Seiler. Man, that mental telepathy works. You've been staring over there at the back of Alvin Gentry's head for a long time, and you finally got your guy in. Here he comes.
Waiting on him. Big fella. Big fella showed me some good post moves on the road on the East Coast trip. I'm looking for him to build on those right now. Let's see if he can get it done.
A rookie out of Augusta State. He has some toughness. And you watch him in practice. I mean, he is a great competitor.
And has lost maybe about, 30 pounds?
Yeah.
So you can tell he's working on his game, getting in shape.
They list him at 300, and I think at one time they said he weighed 330.
Yeah.
4:19 to go. Childress getting some playing time. Petrus will move in. Back to Childress. Nice job. Very well done.
He just has serious hops.
Childress with his first field goal of the night. Here's Brandon Wright backing in on Hakeem Warwick. And we've got, a D3? There are now 2 ways to win 2 free tacos from Jack in the Box. When the Suns score 99 points or hold their opponents to 99 points or less during home games, show your ticket stub and you get 2 free tacos from Jack in the Box. I wouldn't mind having one of those right now.
Taco?
Oh, man, that sounds good. So Lynn will shoot the technical and miss it. Lynn has not played much, but getting some playing time tonight, probably as many minutes he's played all year, 14. So the Suns, I'm not going to say it, but they're close to being 500. Can I say it now? Okay, the Suns are going to go to 500. Thank you, Eddie, for giving me permission.
No problem.
25 and 25, 15 and 11 at home as Lynn misses badly. And a team that We'll go to Utah, and then the Kings here Sunday, and then the Jazz here on Tuesday. And, of course, as we mentioned earlier, Utah with a new coach. Tyrone Corbin replacing Jerry Sloan, who resigned today. It's interesting that he resigned because he just agreed to a one-year contract extension.
Well, which goes to show you that maybe he heard something or something just wasn't working or clicking within that team.
Look at your guy.
Tyler, I tell you, he's a point-a-minute guy.
Fans, Bacardi reminds you to celebrate tonight's game responsibly. If you choose to drink, please drink responsibly. Bacardi rum, established 1862. He's been watching you shoot, and he nailed both free throws.
Nice form.
Yeah. He was only 2 of 5 previous to that this season. But he's gotten it together now, Eddie. 104-79. So Golden State will go back home for 2 more home games as they came out for this one-game road trip after a back-to-back last night, beating Denver in Oakland.
I mean, the argument can be made for Jerry Sloan, who you were talking about a few seconds ago. I know everybody thinks Phil Jackson is the greatest coach ever. And they always get on the field. They say, well, you had Michael, you had Scotty, now you have, Kobe, you had Shaq, now you got Paul Gasol. And I don't listen to that because I think what Phil Jackson's done has been great. But you can make the argument that Jerry Sloan has been right there with him every step of the way. I mean, he has had a tremendous career.
You know what's amazing, though, Eddie? He's never won Coach of the Year.
No.
Never. Can you believe that?
It's embarrassing, really, because, he got punished for consistency. And that wasn't fair because a number of years he should have been Coach of the Year.
Well, Sloan got to the finals a couple of times with that Stockton-Malone duo. And there's a ball. Dowdell can save it. Or wait, no, I guess it wasn't touched by Golden State. It would be backcourt violation. Jerry Sloan coached like he played. He might have been as tough a player as you'll ever see when he played for the Chicago Bulls.
And I used to remind him all the time, even during games when I played against him, that I grew up watching he and Norm Van Leer, Tom Boerwinkle, Bob Love, Chet Walker in Chicago, all those guys. And he took that over to coaching, no doubt about it. And Alvin Gentry, he's still coaching the Suns. They're not getting some things done.
The game's well in hand, and he bounces a ball off of the equipment manager, Jay Gaspar. Have you seen Steve Nash dribble the ball, a basketball, for 685 times? I just saw that the other day.
Really?
Amazing guy. All right, time for the defensive play. Brought to you by Right Guard. Never get caught off guard. And we're going to give this play to Petrus and a block inside.
Tremendous defensive player. Didn't give up any space at all. Stayed right there and then elevated with great timing. The only thing he didn't do, and Bill Russell is frowning, he didn't keep it in play.
Yeah, Bill used to say that all the time. He'd say it's not enough to block it. You got to keep it in the court. You see now at the start of the night, Portland, who evidently is going to get Brandon Roy back and Marcus Camby. Memphis, O.J. Mayo will be coming off his suspension. And the Suns in that number 10 seed, they got to get to number 8 to get into postseason play.
But the one thing that you look at is the loss column. Because the Suns right now only 1 game in the loss column behind Portland. So they can control their destiny a little bit here.
The thing that hurt them, though, head-to-head with Portland and Memphis, they lost the series. Head-to-head competition.
Got to win an extra game.
Yep, that's right. Okay, 2:58 left to go. My partner here is finally relaxed. Eddie Johnson is understanding
kind of slumped down now.
That we're going to go to 500. Here is Brandon Wright, who's had a strong game for Golden State. Reggie Williams and Bell gets the ball in the corner, and ooh, that's a bad-looking shot. Udoh follows, and he got the bounce. So Utah tomorrow, and Utah, you just wonder how they'll respond with the new coach.
Well, they love Tyrone Corbin. He's a player there. He's been coaching there a number of years, so they're going to be excited for Ty Corbin, but obviously disappointed that Jerry Sloan is gone. But the problem, and the Suns know all so well, they're going into an abyss.
Yeah.
Because they're going into to play a team that has struggled lately, but anytime you have a coaching change, they normally come out and play extremely well.
I tell you, the guy that probably will benefit will be Darren Williams. Don't you think?
No doubt. I mean, well, it's his team anyway, but I think now that it's a new regime And Ty Corbin's probably going to be a little bit more lenient in terms of allowing players to maybe take chances, maybe tweak a few things here or there. You got to expect Darren Williams is going to be the one that's going to reap the benefits.
Look at Dowdell. He missed the first, came back and hit a 2 from outside, and Dowdell's in double figures now with 10 points.
Look, he got an opportunity to showcase himself, and he's done a tremendous job. And so because of that, trust me, he has to figure out now that he is going to be around a while.
Yes.
So he has to continue to get better.
Well, Goran Dragic and talking to Alvin Gentry, they're hoping he'll be ready for the game Tuesday with Utah. But in the meantime, Dowdell has made some inroads on this team. 1:21 left to go. Thanks to Tom Delnos, our statistician. Sheila Simpson, our stage manager. Great job. Guys in the truck, we always enjoy working with you, and it's kind of fun to not have a game right now in any kind of form of winning or losing. The Suns are going to win this one as Childress now with the second basket of the night. 108-86. Suns now will go to 7-2 in their last 9 home games. That's reestablishing control, which they did not have earlier in the year. Less than a minute to go. Warwick on the steal, a breakout to Pietrus. And Pietrus now with 8 points in the game.
Yeah, this has just been a whoop.
A whooping is a good way to put it.
I mean, twice this week.
Got their head handed to them. I mean, Golden State still has to play the Suns here on March 18th.
Now, if these guys do not get Garrett Seiler the ball, I'm going to stand up with a sign and say, would you please give Garrett Seiler the basketball?
Well, he's got it. They're listening to you, Eddie. That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
I'm really impressed. You have a lot of clout. 112-88. Suns tonight led by as many as 33 points. Their biggest lead earlier had been 29 in any previous games. Ball kicked outside with 8 seconds. And they throw it away with 5 seconds left to go. So the Suns now go to 11-4 since January 12th. Only the Spurs have a better winning percentage during that time.
And a lot of people are picking the Suns to catch Portland because of their injuries and overtake Memphis because of their inexperience. And they're at 500, and that's always a long battle. And now they have to go on the road against a tough Utah team with a coaching change to get over the 500 mark.
So 50 games into the season, and the Suns 25-25. Let's go to Mark McClure. Mark?
Yeah, that's right. Here with Jared Dudley. How's 500 feel? Jared.
Yes, sir.
How's
about that? Big win here. It's a big win.
No, Devin, how does 500 feel? It's been a while since you've been there.
It feels good, but you know what? We can't be satisfied with being 500. We're better than that. But we finally climbed the mountain to get back to even. Now we got Utah in the back-to-back, and gotta go up there and get a win.
You're throwing down dunks. Steve Nash is whipping behind the back passes. How'd you describe the vibe and just chemistry right now?
The vibe of the team is everybody's having fun. You have fun when you win. We're now gelling at the right time. We know that we got a couple more home games for All-Star break, so we're trying to finish up the right way.
All right, and that was dunk number 1. And I think, did we put the over and under at 10? Was that what it was?
I said I would get 10 this year. I'm now starting the dunking.
The first one's the hardest. That's what Eddie Johnson said. Thanks for stopping here with us. Jared Dudley heading into the Suns locker room, and good times here at the U.S. Airways Center, guys.
It really is. Eddie, your final thoughts?
Well, a tremendous win, and Suns establishing home court, and that's what we like. And now the challenge again is to go on the road and try to steal a few games here and there to make that run for those final playoff spots.
Well, let's look ahead as we go to the All-Star break. Utah tomorrow. The Kings come in here Sunday. Boy, they've been playing much better. Then Utah again on Tuesday, and Dallas. And the Mavs they had a 10-game winning streak snap, but they've come right back, and that will be very tough sledding.
A great goal to go to the All-Star break, and if the Suns can get there and be over 500, that is a huge turnaround in the first half.
Thank you, partner.
My pleasure.
For Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender. The next Suns game on Fox Sports Arizona is Tuesday as they take on Darren Williams and the Jazz. Suns Live begins at 6:30. Our next broadcast is Suns basketball tomorrow at 8 p.m. against Utah. That's on My 45. Coming up on Fox Sports Arizona, it's Pac-10 basketball. Oregon State at USC. Let's join announcer Steve Fisiak and Marcus Johnson. Good night from Phoenix.